investors are voting with their money and they hate the current inflation outlook for Australia. They're dumping bonds. The yield on the 10 years is hitting an 8-year high of around 3.2%. The pricing of interest rate hikes is getting more and more acute. The fact that the RBA seems ignorant or unaware or incompetent in terms of managing monetary policy is another issue that is feeding into this investor sentiment, and we're seeing rate hikes of around 3.5%, goodness, being priced into the end of 2023. Such is the problem that's been caused by the RBA, pretending not to see the inflation risks and wage risks. It's a huge issue. Now, of course, next week we get the March quarter CPI. It'll be elevated. The week after that, we get the RBA board meeting. So I will have a bit of a caveat here. If the RBA does do what it should do, and that's hike 40 basis points to 0.5% in a couple of weeks' time, I'll give them a bit of a pass mark. But for the here and now, the market is not pricing in such an aggressive stance from the RBA. They're worried that these inflation risks will become embedded the longer that it waits. We do know that fiscal policy was very stimulatory. So the budget a couple of weeks ago was pumping money into an economy that's already overheated. It's a really bad time for economic policy in Australia. About everything that could go wrong is going wrong right now. And while it's great for asset prices, it's great for those who are benefiting from very low mortgage rates, it's really just delaying the pain that's going to be down the track. And in fact, the pain will be even worse, more severe, as the RBA has to play catch up later this year and into 2023. But markets are in trouble right now, and it's a really big issue. But I bet it doesn't get much coverage in the election campaign. That's because people don't understand it terribly much. But anyway.